Good morning, good morning. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in.
And all my days I've been held in your hand.
Good morning, good morning.
The moment that I wake up until I lay my head.
Good morning, good morning.
I will sing of the goodness of God.
Good morning, Mama. I'm going to call you today. You be calling me during my Zoom calls. I'll call you back. Hope you are well. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Philip, Nisi, Katie, Beth. Good morning, Erica, Lucas, Four Lefties. Good morning, Christy Joy. Good morning. Hey, Gina. Hey, Randa, Hannah. It's a good morning. It's a good morning. Miss Tiffany, Sweeney, Sunny, Kiana. Good morning. Amy, Marion, Aaron Ramsey, Caitlin, Call to Conquer, what's happening? Charity, Yvonne, Vilma, Lucas, Sister Lucas, it's Shan. Good morning, Shan. Robin, Amy, Natalie, Nancy, Seta, Shane, Jeannie. That's funny, Jeannie. Sandra, good morning. Joseph, Liz. Brad, good morning. Good morning. Elaine, good morning. Larry. Tevin, good morning. Sister-in-law, good morning. Latala. Pastor Jay, good morning, dog. I enjoyed your word yesterday, man. I tuned in for a little while. I enjoyed it, bro. Keep preaching, Doc. Keep telling the story. Drea, good morning. Travis, good morning. Jerry, Roz, what's happening? Lollys, loves. I don't know how to say that, but good morning. Dr. Har 73, good morning. DJ McKinnick, I think. Good morning. All my life. Come on, let that goodness run up. Let it minister to you today. John Oliver, good morning. Christine. Kay Calmees, what's up? Miss Kim. Elizabeth, good morning. Reset. Tim. The homies in the building. Storm. Oh, nice. Well, I know what's going on over there, Elaine. Come on now. Let that goodness run after you. Nikita. Tony, good morning. David. Nancy. My mother-in-law, good morning. Miss Barbara. LaShannon, good morning. Allison. Nina, Aaron, Mikey, Nancy Ricks. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, T. Jamal. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning. Dante Daniel. Good morning. Warren Stewart Jr. My man. What's happening, bro? So good to see you. Marshall Moore, good morning. Our little... Good morning. I don't know what that says.
All my life you have been faithful.
Yeah. DeAndrea, good morning, cousin.
All my life you have been so
I guess you can pronounce my name as Lowly. Oh, okay. Lowly. There you go. Hey, Lowly. I see you every morning. Thanks for tuning in. It's always good to see you. Stephanie, good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I love this. As we get started, can you just lift up those hearts? Hit those hearts. Bonita. Joseph, good to see you. Miss Flores, let's go. Tiana, good morning. Brandon must be in your account or something, because I know you ain't up watching this. If you are, it's good to see you. My soul just got happy. God is so good. Come on, lift those hearts. How many of you know he's good this morning? Come on. Come on, Stacy. Stephanie Turner, good morning. Michael Bernice, good morning. Priscilla Fields, good morning. Good morning. God is so good. God is so good. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. How many of you know you got to say it? I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. I will declare before I start it, before stuff start going, before the kids wake up, before I turn anything on. But I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. And if the Lord has made it, that means, Bobby Stapleton, he has made a way. What up, Doc? That means he has made a way. If the Lord has made the day, that means the Lord has made a way. So I ain't going to start tripping. I'm not going to lean into anxiety. I'm going to lean into the presence of the Almighty God. I am going to be anxious for nothing, but in everything with prayer and supplication. I'm going to think on these things. I'm going to think on his goodness. I'm going to think on his faithfulness. I'm going to think on his kindness. I'm going to think on everything he's ever done. All my life, he has been faithful. So why am I going to start tripping today? No, today I'm going to walk in victory. Get your hands and talk to the devil like this. Oh no, you not going to get no victory up in here today. Okay? That's how we going to do it today. It's Thursday. We almost there. And the enemy would love to snatch peace before you could get to the weekend. He loved to snatch peace. He loved to snatch shalom. He loved to drizzle you with anxiety and worry just before you can get to Friday. No, I come too far. I made it too far. Some of us almost 30 days in. We've been going too hard now to miss what God has for us. Welcome. You in it already. It's the good news today. Daily devotional show where we sit down and we give good news. We have hard conversations. We together as a family. We encourage each other in the comments. We give high fives and shout outs. We cry. We do it all just to let you know that we in this thing together and we coming out with victory. We on the other side of this quarantine. We're going to be social distancing and all that other kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, we're going to be walking in victory. We're going to be walking in purpose. We're going to be walking in the promises of God. We have snatched back our righteous mind. We have snatched back who God has called us to be. We are walking in the freedom, the rhythm of freedom. We ain't no slaves no more. We out of Egypt. We ain't slaves. So we are resting. Why? Because we can. Because God has called us to. He's invited us to a place to rest in him. Oh, you're going to get some good news today. You sit around here, you ain't going to be discouraged long. Because we have brought you here to encourage you. It wouldn't be a morning show without a theme song. We got a theme song. Get them shoulders up. Let's groove. Everything's going to be okay. Come on, put it in the comments. Y'all know what time it is. If you here every week, you know what to do. Tell somebody everything's going to be okay. Tell it. If you knew, you just type right now, everything's going to be okay. Oh, we got good news today. We got good news today. We got some good news today. Everything. I like that, Christy. I like that. Everything. Listen, everything's going to be okay. I need you to believe it. I need you to say it. I need you to see it. I need to hit all of your senses. So I want you to read it coming up that screen. I just need you to see it. Everything's going to be okay. Good morning, Judy. Good morning. Good morning, Sylvia. I need you to see it. Everything's going to be okay. And I need you, some of you just need to type it. And while you're typing it, you just need to say it. Everything's going to be okay. Your house need to hear it. Your whole house need to hear it. The furniture, the ground, the building, the kids in the background, the husband that's walking around. They just need to hear you say, everything's going to be okay. Everything. What'd you say, mama? Everything's going to be okay. Who you talking to? I'm talking to everything in this house. I'm talking to everything in this house. I'm letting it know everything's going to be okay. Open up that bank account and say, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to just point in the direction of your job and say, everything's going to be okay. Walk around as you touching your children today. Some of you with some intense fellowship with your children, you're touching them with some intensity. When you touch them, just say, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. See, the enemy wants you to miss Christ in the midst of this crisis. He wants you to miss it. He wants you to miss it. He wants you to complain and moan and be bitter and frustrated and be angry every step of the way. He wants you scared every single day. Because if you walk in fear every day, you will miss the fullness of the beauty of the manna that God is providing in this season. And he don't want you to get no manna. He don't want you to get what God is providing in this season. And I'm telling you, God is providing something in this season, but he doesn't want you to get it. He wants you to miss it. So if he can distract you as much as possible, he wants to distract you. That's why we are reclaiming our 2020 vision. Focus. Everybody was on 2020 vision, focus. And then the storm hit and everybody went blind. No, open up your eyes, boo, and see the salvation of the Lord. God still has a vision for your life. God is still on the throne. This is still my 2020 vision. This is still my season for focus. This is still my season to be able to see clearly God, even in the midst of the storm. Yes, this is 2020, and it is about vision. It is about focus. The storm ain't changed nothing. The storm ain't changed God's plan. The storm ain't changed God's purpose. The storm ain't changed nothing. So get your focus back. Get your focus back. I'm here to wake you up this morning to help you grab your focus. Get your focus back. And you know what you're focusing on? Focusing on God. You're focusing on God. You ain't focusing on a new nothing. A new building, new job, No. Forget all that. That's been your problem. You've been focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on God. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things will be added unto you. I wish you'd learn that. Some of you gone too long without learning. You need to know, whenever you choose God first, he's going to take care of the rest. Start trusting him more. Start trusting him. You ain't going to get your next job. God's going to get it. As a matter of fact, he already got it. If you get him, you get it. You need to know God doesn't stand in time. He doesn't stand in time. So when you get God, he's bringing healing to your past, bringing breakthrough in your present, and he's making a way for you in your future, all at the same time. He's already made a way. He already made a way. So while you trying to figure it out, he already worked it out. Focus. And when you when Micah, he's our hey Ashley, Renee, Shea, Micah, Chrissy Lee, Chastity Sanders. Micah is our baby. He's how old is he now, babe? 21 months. 23 months. He's 23 months. Hey, it all just run together. He's 23 months. 22 and a half, whatever. But he's at the age now. This is our baby. So we got 4 kids, 13, 11, 8, and then 22 months. So obviously we had some scheduling issues or something right around in there. Michael, I put it this way. We almost named him Tequila. Micah Tequila Tate is what's really on his birth certificate. Anyway, he does this thing now where he's just sitting in a chair. And we got a lot of activity going on in the house. So kids running around and we all doing our thing. And he just 22 months. So We just figure, all right, we're going to put you in the chair and you just sit there as long as you can. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, babe. Babe, I'm kidding. They don't believe me. But sometimes he'll just start crying. He'll just start crying because he sees there's just a lot of activity in the room, but he knows, hey, I'm the cutest thing up in here. Ain't nobody paying attention to me. So literally, while he's sitting there, he'll be crying and we'll just look at him and he'll stop. He'll just stop. We'll just look at him. He's like, eh! And we just look at him and he'll just stop crying. And he's like, that's all I want. I just needed you to see me. It's almost as if he'll sometimes if you're holding him, he'll grab your face. Isaac used to do this. He'll grab your face and turn your face to him. If you're on your phone, he'll grab your face. Do like that. He said, I need you to focus on me. I need you to see me. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I need you to focus on me. I think during this season, God is grabbing our faces and saying, hey, I need you to focus on me. You got a lot of stuff going on. I need you to see me. You got a lot of distractions, a lot of things happening. I need you to see me. I need you to see me. I need you to focus. And I've allowed this time, and I'm going to use it. What the devil meant for evil, God's going to use for good. You need to know that the devil would love to use this season for evil. He loved to have you so discouraged, so depressed. Like he gonna pull it out. And y'all, the further we get, the deeper it's gonna go. The temptations are gonna be strong. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. It's gonna get harder. But you need to know God is saying, hey, come here. Give me your face. Give me your face. Give me your face. 2020 focus, vision focus. And then this week, we've really been leaning into this idea of now that I got your focus, breathe. Breathe. I know Micah, my son, I know he's like, yo, do you see all this cuteness? Do you see all this sweet goodness, this sweet baby goodness? You see these chubby cheeks? You see this? You are missing this. Take this in. Dad, look at me and my cuteness and take it in. God is saying, do you see this fullness? Do you see my track record? Do you know who I am? I'm the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the creator of all things, and I long to be with you. Look at me and now breathe. Take in this goodness. Inhale. Take in this goodness. Take in this shalom. Do you know that I am the epitome of peace? You know, according to peace, I'm Prince. I'm the Prince of Peace. I'm the Prince of Peace. And you walk around anxiety, and you walk around frustrated, you walking around discouraged, you walking around fearful, and you got the Prince of Peace looking in your face. I'm the Prince of Peace. Look at me and take it in. Take it in. He's saying, this is how I need you to start your day. You just running around, you struggling, and some of you, I need you to start your day like this, and at 12 o'clock, I need you to pull to the side, go to the bathroom, and restart it. Because the enemy wants to snatch every ounce of joy you got. There's revelation he's trying to give you. There's stuff, there's strongholds he's trying to break, that he's trying to destroy. That's from your past. So today I've been praying. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. To be honest, we woke up at like 7:30. But I think I want to talk about breathing in healing from your past. Can we go there just a little bit today? Y'all know this week we just going deep. This is a no BS week, Dana. We just cutting straight to it. Monica, we gonna go there. Can we just keep it real? It's too early in the morning, and I'm up too early to be playing around with y'all. And y'all up to be too much to be playing around with me. I know some of y'all in Atlanta and the East Coast, so it's midday for y'all. This is your midday encouragement. Can I tell you, sometimes the greatest weapon, share this, by the way, share this. If you just hit the share button If you got a share button, share it with some friends. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody's going to come in after you share it, and I think they're going to receive a breakthrough. Because God isn't confined to time. He's not just in the right now. He's also in the yesterday. And he's also into tomorrow. All at once. So when he says, I'm setting you free, he simultaneously is setting you free from what you're currently in. And he's also setting you free from what was your past. Cousin Doug, what's up, fam? Come on in here, Doc. Rebecca, what's up? Because he's setting you free from where you are now. He's setting you free from where you've been. And he's also setting you free for where you're going to be. You got to get this. Because if he don't set you free from where you're going to be, you'll show up in a free place, enslaved, and don't even realize it. Can I say that again? You'll show up in the future in a free place, and you will be a slave, acting like a slave, thinking like a slave, making choices like a slave, and you won't even realize it. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about? You're not getting it? Let me help you. Some of you showed up in a future relationship, but you were still enslaved from the abuse of your previous relationship. So now you got a new relationship, which is marked with freedom and love, but you can't even appreciate it because you still acting like the slave that you once was in your previous relationship. So you got a man that's really good to you and really loving you well and really all about you. He loves you like crazy, but you insecure, paranoid, and jealous and keep bringing accusation upon him that has nothing to do with him, but has everything to do with your past. You got a love that's in the future, but you treating it like a love from your past and you don't even realize it and you're wondering why it didn't work out. God is saying, I'm trying to free you for your future so that when I bring you into the place that I've destined for you, you will know how to act when you get there. You will know what to do when you get there. Because who the Son sets free is free indeed. And I've got to free you. I've got to free you for your future. I've got to free you from your present. But today, can I just talk a little bit about him freeing you from your past? Breathe and inhale the healing from your past. Some of us, our biggest obstacle, our biggest challenge is not even what we're doing today. It's the guilt and shame from the failures of our past. It's the guilt and shame of the failures from where we have been. And that's the biggest challenge. How we've messed up. Ashley, girl, this new book, Human Kindness, I can't wait to get it. Congratulations on that book. Ashley, Eiland. If y'all are on here, go check her out. She just dropped a new book today. It's the bomb. He's saying, our biggest struggle is the guilt and shame from where we've been. You ain't even doing it no more. You're not even struggling in that area no more. You're actually experiencing victory in that area. But the pain of your past has still got a stronghold on you. And watch this. We don't tell the truth about our struggles. We don't tell the truth about our failure. And we don't even tell the truth about the guilt and shame that we walk in. So we're walking in it, and most people don't even know it. And we have accommodated in ourselves and settled to live beneath our kingdom privilege. You get that? We have settled that, well, really low key, you live like this is just God's punishment for me. This is just God's punishment for me. I did it. I shouldn't have done it. I made those decisions. I made those choices. I messed up. And this is just my punishment. This is just my thorn. And we take this lowered position of really low-key condemnation, self-condemnation. We condemn ourselves and we almost try to make it noble as if we are somehow kind of punishing ourselves because of what we've done. You know, it's really perverted. That's why you know it's an attack. It's a demonic attack. Some of you can't get victory, not because of how you're walking now, but because of how you walked back then. And it's like a ghost. It's like it haunts you, and you never get true freedom, and you never allowed the grace of God to penetrate the veil of your past failures. Y'all in here with me? So you suffer in silence because you don't really talk about this stuff. You don't really talk about the guilt and the shame that the enemy holds you to. It's like a gun of shame and guilt he holds to your head. So in your best moments, you still like, yeah, but I'm still that. I love it. I love Joy Flores. She says it's self-hatred, not humility. And the enemy will say, yeah, you were promiscuous. So you'll never be as good of a Christian as most folks because those good girls were virgins when they got married. Yeah, you didn't have a dad. So how are you really going to be a good dad? Because at the end of the day, bro, you really don't even know what you're doing. So on your best day, you're still insecure because you never had a man to imprint you and tell you who you are. So although you're doing the best you can as a husband, hey, Lauren Wynn, you're doing the best as you can as a dad, hey, Elena, you're doing the best as you can with all of that. But on your best day, you still feel unworthy because the enemy reminds you of the worst thing about you. See, what the enemy wants to do is he wants to take a Polaroid of your worst moment and then make that your profile picture. Come on in here, somebody. Hello? Are y'all in here with me today? I'm telling you, he wants to take you at your worst, take a Polaroid snapshot, and then make that your profile picture. So every time you pull up your profile, that's the thing that's what he leads with. That's how you see yourself. Although you're a movie, you've progressed a long way from that. That's not who you are. You are not stuck there. You've progressed. You are 3 chapters away from that. You are a whole nother scene. And the problem is, you take a snapshot of me at my worst, you're going to miss the redemptive work of God becoming my best. You're going to miss who I am. Don't take a snapshot of me and don't make that my profile picture. Yes, that was me. That did happen to me. But pull up my current status and you'll see I'm a long way from that. I'm pounds and pounds away from that picture. That's who I was. I ain't trying to act like it wasn't there. I ain't trying to deny it. I ain't trying to keep it a secret. It's in my photos. You can go through my photos and you can go back seasons and seasons and you can see that photo. But let me tell you something. It ain't my profile picture. That is not who I am today. And I'm not going to walk around and act like and be formed daily by my worst day. But the devil wants you to be formed daily by your worst day, your worst mistakes. Let me tell you something. Listen, we made mistakes. We are something else. We are, my folks, when they, it's almost like they didn't have the vocabulary to clearly articulate how trifling we was. My mama would just look at me and just say, you something else. You something. I had them uncles and auntie. They just look at this boy. You something else. That means I can't even describe how trifling you being right now. Let me tell you something. You something else. We all something else. Can I tell you, we've all messed up so bad because the enemy will make you think you're the only one. He'll make you think, oh, we in the Good News Today tribe and everybody else all holy and religious and I'm just up in here, but I'm really not worthy. I'm really something else. I'm really the only one. Let me tell you something. We all something else. We all jacked up. Some of us, you sinned last night. And you're up in here this morning. You messed up last night. You did it. You shouldn't have called in, but you did. And you're in here. Half the reason why you're in here and up this time of morning, because you're guilty for what you did last night. Can I just tell you, you are not the worst thing that you've done. You are not your greatest failure, Lisa. You are not your greatest failure, Michelle. The devil is a liar. Don't you let him make your profile pic. Jesus says, I set your profile pic. And if you notice, when Jesus sets your profile pic, you can barely even see your picture. Because the only thing that God sees when he sees your profile pic is red blood. He sees the blood of his son, Jesus Christ. So regardless of where you happen to be today, as long as you've said yes to Jesus Christ and got that blood covering you, the blood is covering my profile pic. The blood is covering my profile pic. So can you just breathe in healing from your past? Can you just breathe in healing from your past? God says, I want to heal your past. Some of you are still marked. You still introduce yourself as a divorcee. You're going to allow divorce to define your whole season. God got a whole brand new boo for you. You ain't even going to receive him because you walk around being a widow, being a divorcee. Not a widow. That's another sermon for another time. Can I tell you, you're more than just your divorce? And you know, Christians, everybody married 20 years, 50 years. We've been married 48 years. And you just reminds you of your guilt and your shame. Reminds you of guilt and your shame. And just reminds you of your past. No, you wasn't a virgin when you got married. No, you wasn't. Many of us were not. God is still on the throne. Your lack of virginity did not dethrone the goodness and the grace of God. I know you feel like it did, but it didn't. God is still good. You are single, navigating this season of life. Don't allow Satan to use your singleness as a liability over your life. No, because of God's glory and his grace, it's an asset. Why? Because you in the Lord's will. Because if it was the Lord's will for you to be married in this season, you'll be married in this season. And if you need some encouragement, talk to some of these married people on here that's quarantined with their spouse, and they'll tell you, bruh, you should enjoy being single. Girl, turn up. Married people can't say amen because this is gonna go on and it'll be covered. But I'm telling you, you got some married women on here looking at you in your single season saying, girl, let me tell you something. I know you want to be all cuffed up and all in quarantine, all booed up. Let me tell you something. That lasts about 7 minutes, and the rest of the 24 hours of the day is a rough ride, honey. It's early in the morning. I might as well cut up a little bit. Come on now. I might as well help you out a little bit. All right. It's 8:31. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Peter, I don't even know if you can even imagine. I see that says, I'm a widow. Let me tell you something. God is saying, even in that, lowly, I saw that. Even in that, God is saying, yeah, I want to do more than what you've lost in your past. I want to do more in your future than what you've lost in your past. So don't allow that to become your profile pic. I want to do more. Does that make sense? I hope that's not insensitive. I hope you can receive that in the heart and in the spirit. I'm saying that in. Peter. You can't even imagine. You want to talk about failure? You can't even imagine this. You can't even imagine this. Jesus said, Peter, you're going to deny me. And Peter went to the mat and said, no, on everything, God, I'll never deny you. I got you to the end. I'm ride or die. I got you to the end. You can't even imagine what he felt when that cock crowed the second time and he had denied Jesus for the third time. Y'all know the story. He's standing out as cool. Jesus is now arrested, and the culture and the tide had changed. It was hostile. And everyone was against Jesus. Everyone was screaming Messiah. They ushered in the kingdom. Ushered in on Palm Sunday. They was just DJ Nice. D Nice was on the ones and twos, and they came in. Hey, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because we disciples for life. We ain't, like, they come in and it's like a royal ushering in, and everybody like, Hosanna, Hosanna, Messiah. And they like, hey, Peter and them popping bottles. Yo, we coming in to take over. It was crazy, right? But then the climate changed, and those same people that was like, we ain't, that's like, oh yeah, we going somewhere. We going to hide. We out. They done turned on Jesus. They are literally screaming, crucify him, crucify him. Can you imagine how traumatizing that is to see the man that you followed, the man that's healed people, to now see thousands of people saying of this man that you know and love, crucify him? This is traumatizing. So it's hostile. They're about to crucify Jesus. Like they're about to put nails in his hands. This is about to be terrible. They're about to crucify him as if he's some criminal. And they see Peter and they're like, hey! They're standing outside and they're standing around. It's kind of like the equivalent of a fire pit. They've got charcoal and they've got smoke coming up and they're warming themselves. And it's, hey, ain't that one of them disciples? They're looking at Peter. Peter like, no, dog, that ain't me. That ain't me. Man, yes it is, man. You one of those cats that was with Jesus, ain't you? He's like, yo, bro, I don't know you, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, it ain't me. It ain't me. He's like, all right, it ain't you. Man, I just went on Instagram and I see you at this fish fry with 5,000 people. That is you. Peter, real talk. Look at the text. He was like, hey, you bleep, 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 bleep. I told you it wasn't me. Peter cussed him out. Like, look, I told you it wasn't me. Now shut. It's a shame how some of y'all can fill in those spaces with real cuss words. That means you just know cussing too well. You just know cussing too well. He denies him. He denies him. And then the cock crows right after he cusses and swears that he doesn't know him. And he's like, oh. Jesus told me I was going to do it. I told him that I wouldn't do it. And I did it anyway. Can you imagine how bad he felt? You think you feel good about you think you feel bad about your past and your failure? Can you imagine? Peter failed in real time and Jesus was sitting right there and then watching Jesus be killed. Although they didn't take his life, he laid it down. But to see Jesus dead and you failed him, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, and you're with guilt, and he's traumatized. Fast forward, John 21. We're going to go home on this, y'all. John 21. Watch this. After Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Galilee, it happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas, also known as Didymus, Diddy, P. Diddy, Diddy Pop, Pop Diddy, Puff Daddy. I'm sorry, I got a Diddy theme today. But Didymus, it is Diddy. Okay, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples were together. They're all together. I'm going out to fish, Simon Peter told them. And they said, we'll go with you. You got to understand when Peter says, I'm going out to fish, I read that as him saying, man, I'm going back to my old job. I failed Jesus miserably. I missed the mark. I'm going back to my old gig. At least fishing I knew how to do. Some of us, we go back to Egypt. We go back to our old ways. You had a rough go of it and you just give up your faith, Olga. You give up and you go back to where you once were. You go back to your old ways. So Peter says, I'm going fishing, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going back to my old bin. Peter ain't fished since he's been with Jesus. He ain't fished in 3 years, other than the time they was together. But he goes back to his old ways. Some of you, when you fail, you go back to your old ways. He goes back to fish. And the others was like, we go with you, because Peter was the leader. So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. That'll preach. I ain't got time to preach all that. Ooh, but that'll preach. They caught nothing. They caught nothing. They caught nothing. Some of you going back to your old ways and you're catching nothing and you're wondering why you're empty. I got to keep going. Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. He called out to them, friends, haven't you any fish? So Jesus is out there. He's like, y'all ain't caught no fish? Y'all went back to your old job. Y'all ain't caught none? No, they answered. He said, throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some. When they did, they were unable to haul the net in because of the large number of fish. That is so rich. I ain't got time to preach that today. Then the disciples whom Jesus loved said to Peter, it's the Lord, it's Jesus. As soon as Simon Peter heard him say it, it is the Lord, he wrapped his outer garment around him and jumped into the water. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net to the full with fish, for they were not far from the shore, about 100 yards. When they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals there with fish on it and some bread. I wish I had time to unpack it all like I feel it, but this is a devotional, not a sermon. Can I just say this? Jesus brings Peter in. I love it. Michael Field showed me this in a passage probably 2-3 years ago. It's so significant. It's so significant. He knows that Peter is struggling with the failure of his past. He knows that he's dealing with guilt and shame. And now he's got to see Jesus face to face. And they embrace, they love one another. And then sitting around, Jesus is on the shore cooking fish, right? And he has charcoal there as he's cooking fish. The text calls that out specifically because he wants you to see the redemptive grace of God. You know how you go through something and nostalgia works? You will hear a song and it takes you back to a whole place. Sometimes you can smell something and it reminds you of a whole nother place, because there are moments that'll mark you emotionally, and what you hear at that time, what you smell at that time will trigger back a memory. It'll bring it right back to you. Y'all ever have that? You smell that, you're like, oh, that makes me think of such and such. As God gets ready to redeem and restore Peter, he knows that when Peter failed him, when he denied him, what was he standing around? He was standing around charcoal. As a matter of fact, the same word, this word only shows up a couple of times in Scripture, and the same word that he uses when Peter was standing around the fire is the same word he uses right here when Jesus is cooking fish with charcoal. Do you see where I'm going? You see it? I'm about to play the music. We're about to shut it down. Here's the good news of the day. When I tell you, God was saying to Peter, come right on back to this fire. I want you to smell it. And whereas this smoke would trigger your failure and a memory of your failure, I want to even redeem your nostrils. I want to even redeem how you smell. I want to redeem the trigger. When you smell this smoke again, you're going to be reminded of my grace and my love, because I'm going to redeem not just your present, not just your future. We're going to go right back to that barrel of charcoal. We're going to go right back to that smoke where you failed me, and I'm going to redeem that moment, because my grace will go into your past and bring healing to your past. Inhale the smoke of the charcoal. That's the good news today, because the smoke of the charcoal is a sign of God's healing balm. And I'm healing your present, I'm healing your future. And Peter, come here. Smell this smoke. Get this smoke. Smell this smoke. I'm redeeming your past. Breathe. Inhale. Inhale the healing balm of your past. Smell that smoke. He's redeeming even your nostrils in this season. I'm telling you, you got a God that is going to redeem all things. So as you focus today, as you breathe today, think of everything in your past that still has you bound, and breathe the smoke of God's healing and redemptive power. Breathe. Smell the redemptive smoke. I'm redeeming your failure. I'm redeeming your past. I'm redeeming your mistake. You are not the worst thing that you've done. Breathe, breathe, breathe.